seated. Together, we are resilient. On this third anniversary and Day of Remembrance, that is our theme this year. As I look around, I see a sea of blue. We are showing our support of the victims and the heroes of that day. We appreciate the opportunity to gather for the first time in so long to remember our friends, our coworkers, our family, who we lost 3 years ago. We begin our ceremony this evening by asking everyone to please stand if you are able to for the presentation of colors by the city's Joint Honor Guard, consisting of Virginia Beach's first responders, along with Tidewater pipes and drums, and please remain standing for the national anthem performed by the Virginia Beach Chorale. may be seated. We know this is an emotional time, a very difficult time for some. We also know how hot it is. Please know there is a comfort corner to my right. It's the first shelter to my right. There you'll find counselors, therapy dogs, and chaplains to support you. It is my privilege to welcome now Mayor Bobby Dyer. Mayor Dyer has been mayor of the city of Virginia Beach since November 2018. Prior to this role, he represented the Centerville District for 14 years. Most recently, Mayor Dyer and all members of City Council signed a resolution making today Love for VB Dedication Day.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just want to welcome everybody. Your presence here is indeed significant and reflective of who we are in Virginia Beach. Before we begin this evening, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence and remembrance of the victims and their families and loved ones in both Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas. So I do ask for a moment of silence and reflection. Thank you. And thank you for joining us tonight to observe the destructive and deplorable May 31st event, making 3 years since 12 beautiful souls were tragically taken from our community. And we also remember those who were wounded, those who were in the building at the time of the incident, and also our heroes that went into the building. And we really, this is why we're here. 3 years ago today, the city was rocked by an unspeakable tragedy. The damage inflicted was physically, mentally, and emotionally immeasurable. It's difficult to imagine something like that happen until it does. And when it did happen, it was even more difficult to see a path forward out of the immediate darkness and grief and sadness. 3 years later, we are still going through the grieving process. But with our great grief, there is brightness and hope. Even in the moments, the days and weeks immediately following the tragedy, a glimmer of who we are as a community began to shine through. From our first responders to city staff and various departments, the volunteers who stepped in to assist in any capacity that they were needed. The people that stepped up gave up themselves in so many ways to help carry our collective burden, and for that we are indeed grateful. A philosopher once said, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me lay an invincible summer." On May 31st, 2019, and the days that followed, we felt the burden and deep of a cold winter. Yet because of the spirit, the generosity, and caring for people from throughout our city and beyond our borders, we also saw comfort and light and warmth that is part of the invincible summer. Virginia Beach will not ever be defined by an act of violence. For out of the darkness, the vibrancy and tenacity and dedication that continues to define the city and its people broke through, and we saw in human terms what VB Strong really means. And they will continue to do so in perpetuity. It is a very real and sad fact that communities across our nation have too often been left to deal with the aftermath of such tragic events. But our firm belief must be not to lose faith in the world around us while preserving our own humanity. Let's take care of ourselves and each other. Allow grace and compassion for one another. Grieve how you need to grieve, and at your own pace. Protect your mental and emotional health as well as your physical well-being. As these words from the Dalai Lama express, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. At any time when it may have been clear how we could ever possibly move on, we did. And we did together, not losing sight of the fact that despite what fate may bring us, we can and will survive by reaching out and being there for each other. As I said before, we are and always will be a city of tenacity and resiliency. And we will never allow, and I'll repeat it again, an act of violence to define us. To those of you who experienced the loss of a coworker or a family member or witnessed a tragedy, I say to you, I understand that there has been and continues to be a heavy burden for you to continue life through. And while no one can take away all that you have gone through, we can assure you that your loved one's name and memory will never, ever be forgotten. To those of you who were in building 2 during the horrible event, we know and understand the pain, damage to your memory and to your soul. And we will always be there to help your healing. Be sure no mayor does anything by themselves. It's the people in the community who do so much to keep us strong. Be strong, you bet. Be strong every day and always. May God bless you all, and thank you so much for being here. God bless you.
It is my privilege now to introduce City Manager Patrick Duhaney. Patrick joined the City of Virginia Beach as City Manager in July of 2020. Since becoming the City Manager, Patrick has championed creating a safe space for talking about concerns, ideas, projects, and events, everything that impacts the work lives of city staff. He welcomes differences and collaborating together to find common ground. In this journey of healing, Patrick has been a listening ear and continues to meet the workforce where they are. Please join me in welcoming City Manager Patrick Duhaney.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here with us today in remembrance of those that were lost during the tragedy of 531. Although the memories of these beloved family members, colleagues, and friends will forever live in our hearts and minds, we will continue to honor and remember them and their contributions to the city and this world here together. We honor Lakita C. Brown, Ryan Keith Cox, Tara Welch Gallagher, Mary Lou Krutzinger Gale, Alexander Mikhail Gusev, Joshua O. Hardy, Michelle Missy Langer, Nettleton, Catherine Anne Marie Lucic Nixon, Christopher Kelly Rapp, Herbert Ray Burt Snelling Jr., Robert Thomas Bobby Williams. May we also continue to lift up our survivors and all those affected and still living and healing. We wish you all strength and love.
While many bells are rung for joy, one tolls a bell to elicit sorrow and show respect. A member of the Virginia Beach Fire Department will solemnly toll the bell 12 times in remembrance of the 12 lives lost. I would like now to welcome Bettina Williams, a nearly 20-year employee with Public Utilities, who will share with us a poem.
Good evening. My name is Bettina Williams. I'm a physical survivor of what happened in Building 2. I love God, I love people, and I love birthdays. It doesn't matter when during the month you say happy birthday to me. It's never too late or too early, because I celebrate it all month long. But I never thought that my birthday month of 2019 would forever change my life. 3 specific things that happened to me during that month. I was a passenger on an airplane that had to make an emergency landing. One evening, I was driving my vehicle on 22nd Street in Pacific, and I was hit by a drunk driver. And on May 31st, I was scheduled to leave work at 4 o'clock because I was going to participate in a Relay for Life event in Chesapeake. It is only because of grace and mercy that I am here. We all are here, and we must make our lives more than just facing the daily struggles and challenges. We must think about and do something to honor our Virginia Beach 12, my coworkers, my friends, my adopted family members. I do have a request. If you would each love one another, do something kind, even if it's a stranger in the store, someone who doesn't even need anything. Just do something. You can make a world of difference in their day and in their lives. The poem is entitled, Remember Me, author unknown. Remember me. To the living, I am gone. To the sorrowful, I will never return. To the angry, I was cheated. But to the happy, I am at peace. And to the faithful, I have never left. I cannot speak, but I can listen. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon a shore, gazing at a beautiful sea, as you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, and your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never have gone. Please be kind.
In 2019, Virginia Beach Chorale was awarded a grant from Cultural Affairs to compose and commission a song dedicated to the city of Virginia Beach in remembrance of the tragic events of May 31st, 2019. The chorale commissioned Daniel Gothrop, a distinguished contemporary composer, to create the work. The result was Resplendent Light, a song composed with the intent of lightening our souls and refreshing our minds with the knowledge that even in the darkest of times, light will always be stronger than dark. And hope and resilience will always prevail over fear and doubt. Following this song, Deputy City Manager Ken Chandler will share a few words with us. Dr. Chandler joined the city as Deputy City Manager in 2016. On May 31st, he arrived at the Family Reunification Center to support the mental health professionals who responded to the incident. His leadership since that day has been one of empathy, compassion, and fortitude.
traveled. The road least traveled. Good evening to the families and significant others of our brothers and sisters who were untimely taken before us to a life after earth. Current and former Virginia Beach employee survivors, our public safety first responders, the Honorable Mayor Dyer and Vice Mayor Wilson, the Virginia Beach City Council members, City Manager DeHane, and other appointed and elected federal, state, and local officials in attendance, colleagues, associates, friends, family, neighbors, my wife Regina, children, Kirsten, Jillian and Nicholas, and others. It is a pleasure to see so many of you here tonight as we have weathered 2+ years of a global pandemic of COVID-19. I am Dr. Kenneth Chandler, Deputy City Manager with the City of Virginia Beach, in service to you today and during the inconceivable episode we experienced 3 years ago that we commemorate today. I am humbled to have been given the opportunity to share the collective acknowledgement of the events of May 31st, 2019 that have altered yet connected our lives forever. In our time together this evening, I would like to acknowledge the impact of this day, consider our current state of being, and express some hopes for a preferred future. I chose the theme, the road least traveled, not to be confused with the road less traveled, whose origin is derived from the road not taken by poet Robert Frost. Here the metaphor characterizes a person on the road less traveled as acting independently, free from conformity of others, and often making their own choices. This road is the opposite of the mainstream, the road more often traveled. Having unpacked this general meaning here, I must digress. My road least traveled here caters little to the previous definition or its opposite, but instead notes the fact that the events of 531 were not rooted in the free will of our choice, failed to provide a preamble of purpose and justification, and lacked the uniformity of the democracy we share. Instead, we were unwillingly thrust into an ever-evolving set of circumstances beyond our control. None of us would have selected our current road least traveled, yielding the magnitude of emotional stress and anxiety we continue to face. None of us would have programmed our GPS navigation system to arrive at 531 Aftermath Way, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23456. Late on the afternoon of May 31st, 2019, unforeseen acts of violence exceeding our free will unleashed the most horrific spree of mayhem ever witnessed by our city as domestic terrorism breached our doorway of our workplace, our homes, and our lives. The safety, comfort, and commitment to service we once knew as a cornerstone of our organization totally evaporated, forcing us to detour onto the road less traveled. A new road closure signaling abandonment of our current course to an undesirable destination characterized by many shattered dreams, hopes, and unfulfilled promises. We never forget where we were at the most triumphant or deplorable times or events that happened in our lives. 3 years ago, in the late afternoon of May 31st, I found myself eager to jump ahead of traffic coming out of Washington, D.C. after a 3-day training course. As both my city and personal cell phones began to ring repeatedly, from my executive assistant, who advised me that he was sheltered in place in an active shooter situation, and the realization that this was not a drill. For the next 5 hours on my trip back in heavy traffic, each phone call or text message that followed began to shape the life-altering changes we were experiencing. Next, family members, fraternity brothers, and friends I hadn't spoken to in years began calling me to check my status, now that our nation and the world had come to know of the harrowing events taking place in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Just after 9 p.m., I arrived at our Emergency Operations Center for a few minutes to be assigned to our Family Assistance Center. I then boarded what would become our own emotional roller coaster ride as we continue to search for meaning, begin healing, and find new purpose following our climactic experiences in our new normal. Heraclitus, the Greek philosopher, said, "Change is the only constant in life." However, we realize that change we cope with today is an uninvited guest. Our pilgrimage on the road least traveled can be likened to a photo-finish horse race between thoroughbreds, change and anxiety, with anxiety winning by a nose. The anxiety we face continues to vary in its impact to us as families, individuals, and employees of our collective workforce. Our reality is the fact that some will heal over varying periods of time. Some of us may never return to a preferred state of being. However, all of us have been transformed forever. A common bond for us realizes that our road least traveled continues to evolve. From the on-ramp of our families learning of their loss at the Family Assistance Center at Old Kellogg High School, those critically wounded and uncertain of having life, those who remain carrying the physical scars and mental effects of this unforgettable memory. I had no idea that I would continue another 9 months dreaming about my service at the Family Assistance Center. In her New York Times bestseller, Atlas of the Heart, author Brene Brown notes that approximately 1/3 of U.S. adults will be affected by an anxiety disorder in their lifetime. It is estimated that fewer than half the people with diagnosable anxiety disorders seek any type of professional treatment. As we continue to build our bridge from our current state of being to our preferred future, the road of healing is under construction. The inevitable change we have experienced leaves us with an unforgettable memory of an immediate past that some of us would simply erase, if at all possible. Time has a way of turning the page to a new beginning each day. As we continue on Healing Way Road, we realize that our road least traveled is a journey of many destinations. Similar to the travels of our residents serving in the military, a new duty station brings about a new scene, new opportunities, new surroundings, new relationships, and new experiences. These families never forget the memories of their previous stations of service. I would be remiss if I didn't respectfully acknowledge our Gold Star families, our veterans, and our active duty service members that we recognized just yesterday on Memorial Day. I pledge homage to those who serve and continue to secure the democracy we share. However, we respectfully acknowledge their road least traveled too, having experienced sacrifices of the loss of life, injury, post-traumatic stress disorder, and recovery, likened to our experiences over the past 3 years that we mark today. As we continue the journey along Healing Way Road, we realize that we're not alone. Our city council, leadership, and employees continue to engage one another in a collaborative spirit and commitment to continuous learning to aid and understand our unique and growing recovery needs. We have Be Strong, Respect, and Enhanced Employer Relations Services to aid our efforts to stay on Healing Way Road. These program vehicles help open up doors to sharing perspectives, feelings, and experiences that help us understand one another as well as collectively focus on where we are and where we want to go. This action supports our ability to climb the mountain of recovery, one mountain peak to the next. And remember, the most effective way to eat an apple is one bite at a time. We are reminded to trust the timing of our lives. Keep focusing on putting one foot in front of the other. Be kind and follow your heart. Doors will open effortlessly, but you first have to be ready to walk through. Our preparation towards a state of readiness to walk through this door is underway. For now, it may not appear to be effortlessly at this stage. However, it is progress. The road least traveled is ours, and will continue to grow with familiarity over time. Eventually, it will appear as a new on-ramp to Interstate 264, with many exits leading back to a different but somewhat familiar Virginia Beach Boulevard. However, this will take time. It won't happen overnight. We can't exceed the speed limit. Some will try. Some of us will need to move slower than others. Some may elect not to move at all. It's all okay. Take your time. It's all about your pace. It's not a race. Our individual healing processes can only be successful over time. The steps along the road to recovery may look and feel very different than what we're accustomed to. These steps are unique to each of us. In the eyes of a family member, significant other, or a colleague, these steps may not appear to be progress at all. There have been and there will continue to be setbacks along the journey. However, if we stay the course, our given setback will turn into a setup for a successful comeback. What happened to us on 5/31/2019 altered the course of our moral compass while limiting the trajectory of our future aspirations. Our experience has been rude, nasty, uncharacteristic of our locality, our employees, and our residents. Because you see, up until this point in time, we were the beach, the largest city in Virginia, the most sovereign locality in Hampton Roads, and one of the safest cities in America. This act of violence doesn't happen here. Truth be told, we have been awakened from a tranquil hibernation to learn that the dismay we encounter has spread to other communities of the world like a global pandemic. As we grapple with our current and past emotions, feelings, and memories, we rest on the belief that all that is lost will be returned to us sometime in the future. Stephen Schwartz's lyrics found in Corner of the Sky can be helpful to our education on healing. Corner of the Sky. Everything has its season. Everything has its time. Show me a reason, and I'll show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill. Children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. I gotta find my corner in the sky. Every man has his daydreams. Every man has his goals. People like the way dreams have a sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning. Nightingales have their song. And can't you see why I want my life to be something more than long? So many men seem dismayed to settle for something small. But I won't rest until I know I'll have it all. So don't ask where I'm going. just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. In closing, remember, today is the first day of the rest of our lives. The road least traveled is our very own Virginia Beach Boulevard. However, we must allow ourselves the grace and the time to become familiar with it again as we continue our journey of progress, realizing that together we are resilient.
Together we are resilient. Thank you, DCM Chandler. I'd like now to introduce Joseph Scott, a 41-year employee of the city and current public utilities member for the last 15 years.
Good evening. The afternoon of May 31st, 2019, a time that will be forever ingrained in the hearts and memories of Building 2 employees, their families, police, and emergency responders. While many of us have moved forward with our lives, others are still healing, still trying to recover, physically, mentally, and spiritually. While we are somewhat better, we are not all well. Thank you to all who prayed for us on those days, now weeks, months, and finally years. We gather tonight in fond remembrance of family and friends and loved ones, those here and those no longer with us. Let us try to put away the anger and pain of their loss. Not that we should forget, but that we can more easily remember the joy we had in their time with us. Unfortunately, we gather in the shadow of yet other tragedies in our nation. As we pause for a minute of silence for our own, please include those recently affected and our nation in any thoughts or prayers that you may raise up. May God bless us all. We'll have 1 minute of silence, please.
As Dr. Chandler mentioned, we are forever changed. But together we are stronger. Together we are resilient. This journey is not over, and events like these show us we don't need to go through this alone. Before I introduce our last speaker, we would like to invite everyone to follow the mayor and the city manager to the back side of the mountain by the city seal following closing remarks for an illumination of lights to honor the 12 beautiful souls, survivors, and all those still on their healing journey. Now, please welcome Battalion Chief Lorna Trent, a nearly 20-year member of the Virginia Beach Fire Department, who will share a few closing remarks.
Today is a day for remembrance, reflection, and unity. Today we came together to remember our friends, family, and co-workers. We remember all the sacrifice and hardships of that day and the many days that followed. We remember the good times, the laughs, and the precious moments that we shared. But most importantly, we remember and honor the victims and survivors. Today is a day of reflection. As I reflected back on the weeks and months after that life-changing day, I remembered the pain of great loss that did not discriminate, that crossed all boundaries and reached every corner of our community. But more than the pain, what I remember most was the overwhelming love and compassion that embraced our community. It brought us together and we became one. We were a force of unity and resilience. We became strong. Here tonight, I see that same incredible community, and it gives me great hope and comfort. And as you look around, as part of this community, I hope you feel that same comfort. You do not need to be strong every single day. It's okay to feel sad, to be angry, to need the support of others. You are not alone. You have our community, this community, and we will remain your community. We are the shoulder to cry on. We are the peace that calms your anxieties. We are the story that brings a smile to your face when you need it the most. And we are the support and faith you need on that day when you just don't have the strength. We are a community. We will remember and honor the victims and survivors, not just today, but every day. And we will continue to come together and to provide each other compassion and support. There is strength in our unity. We are stronger together.